last night. That's exactly what we'll expect here tonight is what we saw here last night. On the pole position out of Cleveland, Texas, the $10,900 winner this year's Jerry Whitaker Memorial down at South Texas Speedway from Cleveland, or Spring, Texas, rather. It's downtown Chris Brown in 21. So it'll move up Max Collis McDonald to the front row. I don't think downtown's going to make it. Outside pole sitter of the 193 out of Shepherd, Texas is Philip Seals. Eric Luttrell out of Kaufman, Texas, pilot's car number 11. The 58 is Don Reed. Sean Stevenson out of 19R out of Howell, Texas. Justin Neighbors, pilot's car number 28, Jay out of Kemp. Okay, we have one more lap to go. So slow down. Outside the 58R, Chris Reed from Oklahoma. He's from Oklahoma, they say. Oklahoma City, you imagine. Inside of the fifth row, starting ninth in this one, Nick Robbins is Andy Huey out of Plano, Texas, with Ray Doyen to his outside. Kevin Ward going to start inside of row number 6, starting 11th. He's out of Abilene in the 114. The 4J, Joseph Dormus out of Fort Worth, Texas, in 4J. Pepper Kuykendall Jr. out of Venus, Texas, pilot's car number 33 to the outside. The 12-star finished second at TMS in 2017. And one of the big races here is Russ, Texas racer Bailey Dosser in 12-star. Caleb Kroon from Viter in car number 49. Talon Mitten in the 3D Landscaping number 2 machine out of Seguin, Texas. Bud Reed from Bullard, Texas, pilot's car number 5S, starting 17th, starting to his outside. And 18th, the 22S is Skylar McFarland from Seagoville, Texas, former factory stock competitor, just hopping behind the wheel of a limited modified in his racing career for the first time ever. Wally Beatty out of Terrell, Texas, on the final row, starts 19th to his outside, the 20th starter of this 10-lap affair. The top 12 will transfer to the B main. So what we like to call this is alphabet soup, if you will.
Absolutely. And there is downtown Chris Brown, Zach. I think we were waiting on him to hop out of the late model, hop into the limited. We got to talk about some alphabet soup. You know, Chris showing up late last night, only got to run one set of heat races. That put him way down in passing points. He won that heat race, however, so we know the 21 machine, that innovative racing chassis, is going to be on point.
Absolutely. He clearly had the faster car by a mile in that particular heat race. So it's going to be interesting to see if it stacks up, but he's got to still race his way into this show. I mean, he's behind the 8-ball.
And it's a long way to go. You know, you said the top 12 transfer into a B. They're going to top 10 transfer into a B. So
top 12.
I think it's 12. We think it's 12. Top 12 of them, however many, are going to transfer into a B. Still, there's already cars in that race right now, so Chris Brown not just going to be on the pole of the next race. He's going to have to race from like mid-pack to make his way towards the front to grab a transfer into the A tonight.
As a matter of fact, that is correct, sir. It's going to be pretty awesome. The first place I ever saw this alphabet soup game is at Gene Borders Architect Speedway each year for the Cajun Classic. You'll have 150-something factory stocks, and you got to wind it down. But this format gives the drivers a great opportunity to still make the race.
Absolutely.
You know, so you can take the top 12. You never know. You can take that 12th and final spot after battling some adversity, go into the hot pit area. You never know. Whatever way you get it and get the job done, it'll move you along, and you can keep on rolling, and your hopes and dreams will still be held high.
And there are 3 C mains tonight. There are 4 B mains already with lineups posted, thanks to the great crew at Professional Motorsports Solutions. Brad Hockaday and the bunch have been doing a great job with us all weekend long, keeping us in the know so we can keep you in the know. Absolutely, bar none, by far the best we've ever worked with.
The Based. He is very good. Brad's a good friend, and helps keep that King of the Hill race over at the Hill on the rails as well. And we appreciate the live timing and scoring here. It adds a different element to our, to the announcing game.
Oh,
I guess.
Absolutely. It makes us that much better at what we do, because otherwise we'd be going, and it's really good for 450 cars here this weekend. Brad be on top of all of that. Like I said, it just helps us do our job better to make the experience better for all of us.
And I did want to mention, welcome in all the folks that are watching our live look-in on Facebook right now. We're having a live look-in on Race on Texas. We appreciate you folks for checking it out, but you can still order the broadcast tonight and check in and watch all the racing action here. Every thrill and spill and every burn and turn. You've only missed one set of the 305s in the Comp Cam's late model. So a lot of racing to go.
A lot of racing left to go. It's $29.99, the price point for this evening. And like you said, welcome to all of you watching us live at Facebook right now, our Facebook live feed from RaceOnTexas.com's Facebook page. We are going green here with C-Main number 1. Zach, a wild start here, and Max Collis McDonald going to follow Chris Brown into turn number 1. Kind of a weird start there, man.
No matter if you're sitting on the crib, if you're watching on the go in your car, driving down the road or whatever, you'd probably seen that one was a little bit sketchy. But that's going to cause a problem down in turns 1 and 2. One of them gets refired, but hard to tell from this vantage point, Nick, who that may be. Is that Talon Mitten?
That is Talon Mitten in the 2 car, out of Seguin, Texas. It was the 114 of Kevin Ward from Abilene getting tangled up there with him. And unfortunately, I think that might be a Dunsky there for Talon.
Yeah, Talon Mitten, not where he wants to be sitting right now in the 2 car. He and his brother have tons of success down at I-37 Speedway. Made this year's Jerry Whitaker Memorial at South Texas Speedway. Run very well down in that area.
Yeah, absolutely. Both of those young drivers made the show, the big show there at South Texas Speedway, the Jerry Whitaker Memorial, which in and of itself should be counted as an accomplishment. We had, I think, 58 of the best limited modifieds you could ask for show up for that race, and going to be topless this December for the South Texas Shootout practice night on December 5th. We're going to have racing action on the 6th and 7th, so going to be a big one. $5,000 on the line for the limiteds that night.
You know, speaking of that particular event, well, like you said, December 5th, 6th, and 7th, that'll be my 5th time to come down there, I think, for that particular race. But I love coming down there. I told all the fans last night, folks, if you've never made your way to the Sparkling City, to Corpus Christi, Texas, it's a great time down there at Stephen Whitaker Jr.'s South Texas Speedway. They got the Turn 5 bar down there.
Yes.
It's a unique racetrack. They got the pool tables.
Yep.
You know, we might even pull out the old Smiggers and have some karaoke or something.
And
so it's fun.
At the end of the event, at least we did this for the Jerry Whitaker race, the tech shed
Yes.
is the bar, is the Turn 5 bar. We open these big bay doors. We roll the top 5 cars inside. They had them torn down to just about a rolling chassis up on jack stands. JW looked them over real good that weekend. That's going to be a great show. We hope you come out.
One of my favorite parts. And your winner of that race earlier in the year, $10,900 richer. Your Spring Texas pole sitter to this one, downtown Chris Brown. No stranger to the victory lane here at Texas. He's won here twice in his career. He'll smash the throttle through the firewall, and we are underway off of 4 in your first C main of the night here at TMS.
Chris, we are, or Zach, excuse me, we are 4 wide at the start-finish line. You can be Chris, that's fine. 4 wide through turns number 1 and 2. These drivers scrambling hard to make their way into that top 12 spot, Zach.
Here we go. It's Chris Brown out front with the race lead, rolling the hub and rolling it well. Off of turn number 4, sit that crate power plant off to be tested, and all that good stuff, and he passed it with flying colors. As hustling off in the 1, it's downtown Chris Brown.
And Max Callis McDonald sitting in the 2nd spot, looking to the underside of Chris Brown off of turn number 2. Max going to slide up the racetrack. That young man right there, Zach, I don't know if you ever had the chance to meet Max and talk with him, but done a lot of really cool things in his young racing career. 23 years of age, NASCAR Mexico racer, done some Formula Ford racing on road courses, some touring car racing as well. Really, really well-seasoned racer behind the wheel of the 148 machine.
And I bet he ain't ever found nothing that's quite as difficult as racing these limited modifieds with the amount of competition that's out here. He'd probably tell you it stacks up against the best of the best that he's probably raced with in his career.
He absolutely will. Right now, Zach looks like he's working it through the middle of turns 3 and 4, but Philip Seals closing the gap real quick off the edge of the 4th corner.
Seals doing double duty this weekend, also driving the number 193 factory stock as well. As they hustle off into turns 1 and 2, Philip Seals going to work, punches the time clock. He brought his stencil, send it off for 2, and set his sights on 3. Down the back straightaway, it's all downtown Chris Brown out front with a sizable margin over the rest of the field right now.
That innovative racing chassis, Zach, just seems to settle really well through the corners. Look at it set into turn number 1. Nice and smooth. Once it's set up, it's just gone.
Yeah, I was going to say, earlier to me, it looked like Chris had a kind of a push there, but once he gets the car rotated, man, it's just, you know, sometimes a tight race car is a good race car.
Well, and these cars by design, be they innovative or just about any other chassis, they are tight. The way that these cars work, they're very, very snug. You've really got to manhandle this thing to get it around the racetrack.
And you can tell Chris Brown's just kind of searching the racetrack, too, because the next time they see the racetrack, oh, wait, I'm sorry, he has to transfer. He'll go to a B, and then, of course, he transfers out of the B, he'll go to the A, which will be later on tonight, nonetheless. So the point being, will not work here.
No, absolutely. He's got a lot of work to do still to race into this thing and challenge for the top prize this evening. What is the top prize for the limiteds this weekend?
Some bragging rights, prestige, and a little bit of money, and head back with a smile on your face. This is all about prestige, bragging rights, and just the fact that you race here at the TMS dirt track in front of a nice crowd who is still filing into the racetrack. We appreciate all the diehard fans here. And for all the folks that are watching our live looking on Facebook, and we got one. Get out of there, Max. Get out of there, Max. Get out of there, Max.
Max Callis McDonald, a big fireball on the 148 machine, trying to get that race car shut down.
I mean, fire does not discriminate.
No.
And, his heels ought to be getting pretty warm down there.
A tough break for the young man from Mission, Texas. Max, like I said, has a lot of road course experience, was running in the 2nd position right behind downtown Chris Brown. Had a good run going there with Philip Seals. Unfortunately, a big boom there out of the 148 machine.
My mission would be getting out of that car, maybe from Mission, Texas. Boy, I'd be already hopped out of that sucker. May have already went and just made sure I dropped and rolled just to be sure. I do too, I really do. Yeah, it's certainly unfortunate. Headed to the Elvis Presley Boulevard, straight to the Heartbreak Hotel goes the 148 of Max Callis McDonald, as his night will be DONE. You can stick a fork in him, unfortunately, as he will not have another opportunity to race his way into this event here tonight. It's all Chris Brown all the time. Two-time winner here at this racetrack. He's won $10,000 at St. Melissa Haverty's Lone Star Speedway, the largest paying win of his career at that time. In the Open Wheel Modified Armadillo Nationals. Held off Steven Whitaker Jr. to get the job done that night. As Chris Brown, though, picked up the biggest win of his career, money-wise, this year, and bested that Armadillo Nationals again with that Jerry Whitaker Memorial victory. It was $8,900 to win, and the $2,000 win prelim that he won on Thursday night, and $10,900 total dollars for his efforts down there in Corpus Christi back in March.
Yeah, that's a big old payday right there, and Chris was real happy when it was all said and done. Like you said, Zach, we talked about that weekend who we thought might pick up a preliminary and then go on to pick up the big check at the end of the weekend, and it was downtown Chris Brown getting it done.
He's a consummate professional. You know, he led 93 laps or so of the Topless 100 at Batesville. He was it was 2014 full-time regular with the Lucas Oil Late Model Dirt Series, and came awfully close to getting one of those victories, but former Rookie of the Year on the Lucas Oil Late Model Dirt Series Tour. Very versatile and well-accomplished racer again out of Spring, Texas. Will take us to the green flag. It's downtown Chris Brown. Slowly but surely, we're back underway off of turn number 4. They'll head down the boulevard with sights set on 1 and 2.
Yeah, Chris been leading to the green flag real slow on these restarts here, Zach. I don't know if that's like a mind game he's trying to play or trying to catch these guys off guard or what.
Yeah, a smart racer once told me you never want to time your restarts the same twice.
Absolutely not.
So nonetheless, it's Chris Brown leading the Lone Star Hydro Maintenance. McGortney dewatering, number 21. He sets it again about several car lengths each and every circuit. The battle. Oh boy, Eric Latrell just lost the handle, got loose right in front of the field. It was able to corral it, but not before he comes from the in-house to the out-house, locking out of the top 5 or 6 now, like an anchor being sunk to the bottom of the ocean. Latrell may have a flat tire. And he's loose as a goose, though. Don't get him started.
I think you might be right, Zach. Something up with the 11 machine. Latrell's hugging it down to the bottom of the racetrack, trying to get it back into the infield. Right now, what I'm looking at, looks like 12 cars on the racetrack right now. So, according to our notes, everybody should transfer in as the checkered flag waves. Chris Brown going to get the win. Philip Seals in second spot.